Hello, I'm Chris from the FL Dude and welcome to the first Euro 2020 fantasy video for this season. There are only 3 game weeks left for the Fantasy Premier League. That is very unfortunate, but luckily we have something else to do now over the summer. As I've said, Euro 2020 fantasy has finally arrived. Now we're going to take a first look at this game. We're going to go through some of the basics rules to be able to build the first draft, and first of all I would need to take a look at those upcoming fixtures. To be able to realize what fixtures are going to happen, we would need to take a look at the groups. So yes, to be able now to take a look at those groups, we would actually need to open up some homepage that actually showed us those group system. And the first one is Group A. It's Turkey, Switzerland, Italy and Wales, and I do believe that Italy is the favorite one for this group, even though Switzerland, Turkey and Wales could potentially surprise in this one. Wales have Bale is playing very good. Turkey has potentially few good players that has good potential, while Italy does seem to be the team that seem to be complete. And Group B is build of 4 teams as well. It's Russia, Belgium, Denmark and Finland. Now these could potentially turn into a very group for Belgium. I do believe that they are going to be the favorites. They are the favorites for this group. I do believe that they have very good players we could potentially focus. They are playing Denmark, Finland and Russia, so we could potentially even expect some big wins from Belgium in this one. The next Group C is built of 4 teams as well. Is Austria, Netherlands, Macedonia and Ukraine. This is a very good group for Netherlands. I do believe that they are the favorites of the group and they have very good potential to do good. Mainly because they could potentially even win a few big games, big scores against Austria, perhaps North Macedonia or Ukraine, as these 3 teams have not been playing at a very high level recently. All but Austria does seem to be ranked in the top 10 to 15 countries by football in Europe. And Group D is built of 4 teams as well. Is Czech Republic, Croatia, Scotland and England. I do believe that England is actually the favorite one for this group, followed closely by Croatia. We've seen that Croatia does possess fantastic potential to do good in competitions like this, as last time they did manage to do really good, even though Croatian team has not been playing that good now last time. I still believe they have pretty good chance to do good, so we could potentially focus on English and Croatian players. I believe that England could potentially get some few big wins against Scotland or perhaps the Czech Republic. Group E is a very tricky group. It's built of Sweden, Poland, Spain and Slovakia. I do believe that Spain are the favorites. It's very obvious to everybody, but Sweden and Poland are going to fight for those. Second place, I believe that both teams have very good potential to do good. Poland does seem to have wonderful offense in the form of Lewandowski, while Sweden has very good defense, and they have shown that they could defend in so many of the previous years. And I believe that Ibrahimovic is going to be back and playing for Sweden, so we should expect show in that group. Group F is built of 4 teams as well. Is Germany, France, Portugal and Hungary. This is a very tricky group, to be honest. I think that Germany are out of luck to be placed in the same group as France, Portugal and Hungary. I believe Hungary as well, they are the worst team in this group in my opinion. I am sorry Hungarians, if anybody is watching, I am just talking football and nothing else. Germany has good potential to do good. France and Portugal, and I believe that France and Portugal actually have stronger team than Germany has. Right now Germany have not shown anything particular now for the last couple of years. they just failed to impress us. I believe the last time it was Euro or World, they did not even manage to get past the group system or something similar, so they are yet to impress, while France is very dominant. They have very good informed players right now. Same goes to Portugal. I will not be able to choose a favorite for this group. It's perhaps France or Portugal, but I believe that both of these teams are going to do good. I unfortunately do not think that is a good idea to bring in many players from these three teams, as they will all be playing very hard fixtures. Some of these games could potentially end up 1-1, 1-0 or similar, so you're not going to get that desired attacking FPL return potential. So as I said, now the first favorite of the group was Italy. I'm going to take a look at some Italian players just to be able to build some. So to take a look at the Italian team right now, I believe I will need to write down Italy. What players do they have now? They have very good goalkeeper Donnarumma. They have very attacking minded fullback Florenzi. Spinazzola is very attacking minded as well. Chiesa does seem to be very good and attacking minded youngster. Insigne is proven striker. Ciro Mobile have been doing wonders for a couple of seasons now as well. So they do have tons of players that have very good potential to do good now for this particular Euro competition. I believe that I could potentially go for Florenzi in this one and Ciro Immobile. I believe these are two players that I trust. I am a Roma fan myself. I have been following Florenzi's game for a very long time now. He is even playing in PSG right now, where he was loaned out to, and he does seem to be a regular starter for that team as well. So I believe that he is going to start now for Italy, as he does seem to be the most informed fullback they have right now. So yes, I'm going to start only with two players from Italy right now. I would like to build pretty much bigger and more balanced team. The second country that we're going to take a look at was Belgium. I believe that Belgium have lots of good players we could potentially go for. They have De Bruyne, they have Lukaku, they have Courtois, they have Hazard, Meunier, Tielemans, Kustan. So they do have tons of good players that have good potential to do good now in this one. I'm not sure on whether I should go for Kevin De Bruyne. He has been playing very good for the Premier League, but he has not been playing best. Let's say Lukaku has been one of the best strikers now in the Serie A, while I can't go and say the same thing about De Bruyne. I will bring in De Bruyne just to have him in my team. I could potentially replace him with some other midfielder from some other team later on. Meunier does seem to be good defender to go for, but I pretty much like Kustan. He is attacking minded fullback. I believe that he will be offering us good attacking minded potential, because they had very good fixtures. He could be attacking against Russia, Denmark and Finland. That Finland game is pretty much going to be a game where I believe that Belgium is going to push very high and score even more than 1 or 2 goals. I will now continue building that team. The next country that I think we should potentially target now, we can take a look at some Russian or Denmark players as well. Some Russian and Denmark players here as well. Russia does seem to have few good players to go for. They did very good in the previously held World Cup. I'm afraid I do not know so many of their players. This is actually going to be a team that I'm going to skip right now. I just want to focus on those essentials teams that are favorites for those groups, and then I'm going to jump and fill these places. So this next team that I'm going to target now are Holland, Netherlands. I believe they have that essential potential to do good. Netherlands. How do you Where the country? Netherlands. There is Netherlands, I'm sorry guys. It was a bit of a mistake done by me. Van Dijk. Now when is Van Dijk coming back? I believe he has very good potential to do good. De Jong, De Light. De Jong seemed to be very creative player. I believe that he is going to start. Depay as well. Depay has been playing very good in that French league these couple of seasons. Daily Blind, Van de Beek. They could potentially go with Van de Beek, but we have not seen so much of him. We have not seen so much of him this season. He has been mostly benched, and I don't believe that he managed to start in more than 5 games this season. So yes, he is not going to be a player we are going to target. It's time to choose some players from England right now. I have few players in mind, so I would potentially need to replace some of these 3 guys. I believe I might even replace Depay just to go for the Light, as he does seem to be cheaper than Van Dijk. Both of them does not seem to offer us that good of an attacking effort and potential. I don't know why would anyone want to overspend 1 million. Both does seem to be very good and guarantee starters. As I said, I will go for the Light instead. So now the next team that we are going to target is England. Viva la England! It is fun to target this team because I've been watching tons and tons and tons of Premier League this season, and most of these English players actually playing the Premier League, which seem to be the most competitive and fun league to watch. In my opinion, you could watch whatever you like it. So the first player I am going to bring in is Harry Kane. The Hurricane is going to probably do very good, as he has been doing very good now throughout the whole season. He did very good in those qualification rounds. He did very good in the Premier League. He has been an exceptional player. I believe that he is only going to continue to do with it. The next one that I believe have very good potential to do good is actually Mount. I believe that Mount does seem to be a guaranteed starter for that team. He does seem to be guaranteed starter for Chelsea as well. He has been playing very good at a very high level this season. He did play very good last season as well, guys. You might not know that, but I followed him since last season. He played very good last season. He did not get to start in many of the game weeks at the beginning of the season. Lampard was actually very bad for Mount, but he did still manage to emerge as one of their most attacking-minded midfielders and players that deserve that guaranteed starting place. England has actually tons of players we could potentially go for, but I want to balance this team out. I'm not sure if I should go for Sancho. I just want to take a look at what are these other teams. Okay, there were few other teams that I would like to take a look at, like Spain, France and Portugal first. So I will not bring in any more of these English players right now. But I believe that I will be in a need to bring in some of them because England's group is pretty tough, but not the toughest, and I believe that England does have very good potential to do good in this one. So the next group we are going to take a look at now is Group E. It's Sweden, Poland, Spain and Slovakia. As I said, Spain does seem to be that favorite for this group. Spain. Here is Spain. Spain has tons of good players we could potentially go for. They have one player that I have in mind, that is Rodri, and I do believe that he is going to be starting. He has been playing very good now throughout the whole season when he did manage to get that starting place. I just simply want to take a look at the rest of the midfielders. Sergio Roberto Asensio could potentially be a guy that is a guaranteed starter. Dani Olmo has changed his nationality to Spanish. I believe he was Croatian before. That is pretty weird. I don't know if he did play for Croatia or Spain before that, but he does. I am not sure of this one. Sarabia, Thiago Alcantara, Koke, Cabellos. They have tons and tons of good midfielders actually. I don't think that Rodri is going to be a guaranteed starter, guys. You do not want to go for this one if you do not think that he's going to start, because they do have lots and lots of midfielders that have been performing very good throughout this season. They've been performing very good for perhaps 5 or 10 years, as Koke has been doing. So I believe that Koke is going to have that starting place in this team. So this is how my team looks pretty much. These are only the starters, so I could potentially go for 9 million, 14. I would need around 18 millions to build that bench. So I would need to take out few of these players, or perhaps one that cost a bit too much. To be able to take a look at the next teams now, I believe that Rodri is a very good player to own under the bench. I have still not decided on who should I place on the goal. Now France, Portugal, Germany could potentially do good attacking wise, but I believe that all of these teams have bad clean sheet potential because they are having very tough fixtures. Now let's see who has that best clean sheet potential. Italy, Belgium, Holland. Netherlands is not a team that we could trust just like that. Netherlands is not the team we could trust. North Macedonia is not a team that we could trust. Austria, Croatia, England could potentially be a team we can trust, but I already have 2 or 3 players from that team. Sweden actually plays extremely defensive football, so they do have very good clean sheet potential. I just want to take a look at the Swedish team. They're known for playing this defensive-minded football. I mean, they have been playing it for a couple of years now, where they actually try to block they try to block the opposition from scoring, and they just want to kill the game that could potentially end up 0-0. Now Immobile, Lukaku, Harry Kane, De Bruyne, De Jong, Mount, Koke, Florenzi, Gustav, De Ligt and Ulsen seem to be my starting players, even though I would need to get rid of one of these. I will get rid of De Bruyne, to be honest. I don't believe that De Bruyne has that good of a potential, because yes, he is a good player, but he's getting older, guys. He is not performing at that high of a level he did a few years back. If we do not want to go for De Bruyne, we could potentially go for Tielemans here. Tielemans have been performing okay this season. He has not been the best, but you do not want to spend 10.5 million on someone that is not the best. You want to spend 6.5 million on someone that is not the best. So there is no reason to go for Kevin De Bruyne, especially not because I do believe that actually Tielemans is going to be a guaranteed starter. This youngster has been performing very good now for 2 or 3 years. I believe that he's only going to continue to do good and only continue to improve. Poland does seem to have a few good players, but we do a tough group. I believe I would need some bench replacement from France and Portugal. Usually when we are building a team, we go for 11 starters that are very good. Then we go for 1 bench replacement that is good as well, that could potentially jump in and change if somebody is rotated or does not get to start. But I do believe that the second bench replacement and the third bench replacement we usually have are just some cheapest starting players that I don't believe will ever get a chance to start. But when we are building that first team, we cannot know for sure which players are actually going to be guaranteed starters. Now we know that Immobile is going to be a guaranteed starter. Kane, Lukaku, players like these are very easy to read. But players like Tielemans, Mount, Koke, De Jong, De Ligt, Gustav, Florenzi, we cannot be 100% sure that these players are going to actually be guaranteed starters. So we would need to take a look at good players from other teams that could potentially start as well. And we do not know exactly on which of these teams are going to put on a show. We can just expect them to put on a show. Like Let's look at this fixture, for example. We think that Netherlands, or I think the Netherlands have that best potential to do good, but it could turn out either way. They could put on some team that is very bad, and perhaps Austria and North Macedonia will go ahead, or in this group here, Belgium could potentially even do bad, as Russia and Denmark are not the worst teams to play against. So yes, we are going to build a team that will have lots of starting potential players. The next one I was talking about, and we're going to take a look at our friends in Portugal. I believe that friends in Portugal do have very good defenders to go for. Diaz is the first one that comes on the top of my mind. He has been performing phenomenally. He has been performing phenomenally throughout the whole season. Now, as you can see, I went for the light. Why do I have this link? Okay, I don't know. I thought I selected Portugal, but obviously I did not. But I still managed to bring Diaz to my team. And now Florenzi seemed to be the next one that cost tons of money, but Italy do have very good group. It's hard, guys. It's not as easy as I thought this was going to be, actually. Castan, the light Florenzi. We could potentially go for Maguire to have there on the bench, but now I would need to go for some goalkeeper replacement. We need 4 million defender, actually. We cannot go for both Diaz and Maguire. I will actually get rid of Diaz. Now, he has been performing very good. I believe that Portugal is going to do good, but they have extremely tough fixtures, guys. This could end up very bad. They have potential to lose even 3-0 in some games. Yes, they do have potential to win 3-0, but it's so questionable. It's so unpredictable, this Portugal group, friends and similar. So right now I would actually need to potentially even get rid of Maguire, is I need to go for some cheaper players. I would need to go for 2 players that cost around 4 millions. Let's take a look at affordable. Oh my god, what is this? Up to 13, up to... Why? Okay, you could scroll down. I'm sorry. Okay, this was my bad. Defenders, yes. Benrek, Polish. Poland did not have those worst fixtures either. Bastoni, Mladinovsky. Oh my god, Alioski. North Macedonia is playing against Austria, Poland, and Ukraine. It's a tough group, but what the hell. Let's go for Alioski. He has been playing very good for the Premier League this season. He is one of the main reasons why Leeds have been performing that good in attacking wise. He's actually a wing back, so he's playing as a winger and as a fullback. I only believe that he is going to continue to do good now in this one. The next defender we could potentially go for now that does not cost that much money is Chatin, Turkey. Turkey did have pretty good fixtures as well. It's Switzerland and Wales. I believe that they will be able to keep it clean. Even Italy are not known for scoring many goals, so this could potentially come back. I'm not sure here. Chatin could potentially be good, but I believe that Benrek could potentially do even better. Where is that Polish group right now? Poland, Sweden, Spain, Slovakia. Sweden does not score many goals. Slovakia does not score many goals, and Spain could potentially destroy them. But I still believe that Poland is a good defense to go for, and now we need only one goalkeeper that is affordable to me. We need to find some starter. Sikorski, is he a starter? Silver, Denmark, Finland. He might be a starter, but he's playing for Finland, and Finland did have terrible fixtures. Silver, Portugal. I'm not sure here, mates. I'm not sure on which goalkeeper to go for. I will just go for Radecki from Finland, as he does seem to be a starter. So yes, this is the first draft, guys. It looks good, doesn't it? It feels good to be building it. I'm pretty sure I will make around 100 of tweaks until the season begins. I will be making tons and tons of statistic comparison. I will actually be posting a lot of videos now over the summer for this Euro 2020 fantasy. I will be creating a league today as well, so it will be featured in the description down below. If you thought this video was of any help or it was fun, then please do give it thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if that is something you have not done already. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.